Anyway, we're going to welcome the YouTube audience back for what is CLG FC episode 131. Um, uh, so we beat Norcross. We got no help from the league. We got 21 more days until the next damn fixture. So uh, it just is the way it is, I guess. Um, just insane. So. I'm wondering who Fleetwood has kept have left on their schedule too, because I'm at the point where it's like, are we actually in a position where we might get help? Because Old Mancunians are third and they just beat them 2-0. So now I'm like, where are we getting the help from, man? I just don't know. um, MLS is about to kick off. West Ham won in the FA Cup fourth round. I believe this is over Colchester United. By the way, Sunderland are fucking blowing the league away. Surprisingly. 10th Shadow, hello, my friend. How are you? Um, yeah, Sunderland are 16 points clear at the top of the championship. That's just insane. Macclesfield are holding on to a playoff spot right now. They're in fifth in the Vanarama National. Um, West Ham are like 13th. Guess, by the way, Thomas, if you're here, the last time I did Leagues in Focus, the Premier League was 22 games through. Guess who was level on points at the top of the league? Just playing Action Time in it? Nice. I actually forgot to launch that today. So I didn't even do any of my dailies or the events today. I should have probably done that when I had a chance, and I didn't do that. But Chelsea wasn't. No, Manchester City and Nottingham Forest. uh, it was it. Arsenal's now top. Forest are second. Villa are still fourth. Liverpool are in ninth. Chelsea are 11th. Like, it's kind of. This is actually a crazy top 10, if I'm honest with you. So, 11th. Yuck. Deservedly so. So, I want to take a moment, by the way, Thomas, to anybody who's watching, including Tent Shadow or anybody else that might be here, to just explain something really quickly, right? And that is, I can come off very aggressive about clubs I don't like. LAFC is a really good example of that. Um, Spurs is an example of that at times. Manchester City is a very good example of that. I can be very aggressive towards clubs I do not like. I mean, I fucking hate LAFC. And I wish that club would dissolve. Like, I think the fans are plastic. I think the owners are crap. I think they're an abomination. I think NYCFC is worse, but I hate LAFC. But I'm never gonna actually hold any grudges towards somebody I know who likes LAFC. Like Badger likes LAFC. I'm not gonna hold a grudge towards Badger for liking LAFC. But I just it's a passion. You know what I mean? People don't understand how LA Galaxy over LAFC. I agree. People don't understand how that like Philadelphia is a sports town in the United States that is way more passionate than any other sports town in Canada or the United States. Like it is. I mean, it is a absolute hatred of any team you don't support or you support that isn't Philadelphia. Um, and then there's some teams that even below that are like, I would send you to the ninth level of hell kind of hatred. Apparently, I've left my agent Tom Williams. Uh, Fuck the New England Revolution. Uh, 1 month. Uh, No, he's not ready. Well, I should have. He's 19. So anyway, um, just know it's never meant with any grudge. That's what I get. That's all I think I mean to say is that anytime I really talk crap about a team, it's never meant with any malice towards anybody or with any uh, grudge. Okay, leagues in focus. We'll do that when we get closer to the match fixture. It's funny because Revolution are bad, just like the Patriots. I mean, yeah. um, you're right. I just there's not a very Boston is one of the cities that Philadelphia fans hate the most. If you asked Philly fans what sports cities do you hate more than any others, DC, New York City is right at the top, like 100%. New York City is at the top, but DC, Pittsburgh, um, New York City, uh, Boston, Dallas, and Los Angeles are probably the big ones that Philly fans hate the most. Um, so New York and DC, it's a regional thing. Boston, it's kind of a historic rivalry slash semi-regional. Uh, um, Pittsburgh is a regional thing. Uh, Dallas, it's an NFL legacy thing. People just hate Dallas because they hate the Cowboys. And what do you call it? LA, you just hate it because it's LA. Uh, so anyway, we're 17 days ago until the next fixture. Cookies is hurt. Really, really, Cookies. He strained his back. He's out 3 to 4 weeks, so he's probably missing from the next fixture. He's now listed as doubtful because it's 17 days, so he might be back in light training by then. It's not 100% known, but I don't expect him to be back for the next fixture. Parks will be back because he was serving the suspension, so he's back. Um, Twinkle was out hurt. He should be back. Uh, and yeah, that's fine. That's fair. I'm like that with a few places in England. Yeah. I mean, I think there's certain things like you know how do I explain this? I mean, you've given him a B plus, but then said he's 4-star potential. So I don't know, bro. I think there's some things like Philly hates the New York Yankees because they've won so much, you know. But then like there's no hatred from Philly fans towards, for example, the Columbus Crew, because even though they're very successful franchise within MLS, I think a lot of Philly fans understand that they don't break the rules to be successful, like Miami have tried to done, like New York City FC had done, um, and on top of that, they understand they're also a small market team. So, with a very passionate fan base. And then there was a time where, um, I don't know if you know this or not, but uh, the owner who owned the Columbus Crew wanted to move the team out of Columbus to Austin. And the fans rioted. And the league basically came up with a compromise where they would help him sell the club or they would take some of the ownership away from the club and find a buyer for him, and he in return could take and form a team in Austin. That team became Austin FC, and the league did find a buyer for Columbus Crew rather quickly. And the big selling point was that the stadium in Columbus was just outside the city limits, and it was very difficult to get through. There was no real transportation to and from the stadium, like public transit. So the owner that they sold to worked with the city and said, "We'll build a new stadium. We'll buy the ground. It'll be within the city limits. You could get to it a little bit easier." And they worked all of that out, and they were able to do that. And the Columbus Crew survived because of that. So there's no hate towards a team like Columbus because they know A, it's a small market, and it's one of two professional sports teams that city has. Period. And then B, they know that they almost went under. So they almost got relocated out of the city. So you kind of respect those fans because they've been through it all. You know what I mean? Um, Club lost uh, 131,000 last month, but we're still financially okay. Um, and then okay, everything's fine. Thankfully, the transfer window has closed, so I think the processing should go a little bit smoother now because the transfer windows have closed. So, but fuck the other guy. Yeah, I agree. I 100% agree. And I'm not a big fan of. I mean, I don't mind Austin, even though they're still owned by him, because Austin has a genuine fan base for the sport. Like, there are some cities in the U.S. that are definitely football-oriented cities. I would say Philadelphia is one of them. The Union get a lot of hate in the city because hockey fans are not very welcoming. I don't know if people have realized this about the NHL, but hockey fans are not the most inclusive fans. And American football fans tend to have that problem as well. So a lot of people will look at the Union and be like, well, who cares about soccer? And it's like, well, a lot of people do, because if you look at the two counties right outside Philadelphia, which are Montgomery County and Delaware County, um, football's played everywhere, everywhere in those counties. Those have huge leagues, adult and teenage. So child, teenage, and adult leagues in Montgomery and Delaware counties are like expansive. They're huge. So like, and if you look at the viewership numbers for the Premier League that come out, Philly is always a top 10 market every weekend for Premier League viewership. So, you know, it is really a football town. Like, it is definitely a football town. Within the city limits, it's a little bit less, but the immediate suburbs definitely watch it, and there are definitely bars that open within Philly, and they open early, like 9 or 10 a.m., specifically for the Premier League. They won't open for the 7:45 game or 7:30 game, but they will, partly because you're actually not allowed to serve alcohol until a certain point of the day. It's actually government regulated, or by the state. It's regulated by the state, but the state will literally say outside of VFWs, or Veteran of Foreign Wars facilities, um, you're not allowed to serve alcohol uh, before like 9 a.m. Um, Ben Weatherstone has 179 clubs interested in him. Uh, what is his value? Zero. What is his coaching report? He's actually considered pretty good. Mid Lancashire and District League Premier Division standard. He's a decent level 15 standard right now. Uh, we're going to accept, and if he wants to move on, he can move on. where he'll get playing time. If he doesn't want to move on, he doesn't want to move on. Logic FC under 18s enjoy big win over Weldstone under 18s. So, uh, oh, wow. Gareth Webster in the 10th, Jamie Graham in the 19th. Uh, and then Vaughn Samut in the 45th meant we were 2-1 up at half, but then the floodgates opened in the second half. Jamie Graham in the 70th, Aiden Wardrope in the 73rd, Patrick Adam in the 87th from the spot, and then Gareth Webster again in the 89th. We are 6-1 winners. We stay top in the under 18s league by a single point. So yeah, but I would say Philly's a big football town. New York is obviously. Boston is fucking huge for it. Boston is huge for it. But Austin, Nashville, Boston, Philadelphia, Washington D.C., New York City, Los Angeles, California, Miami, Florida, and Atlanta, Georgia, and Kansas City, Kansas are probably the 10 big cities uh, for the sport in the United States, at least. I don't know anything about Canada's numbers, so I couldn't tell you anything about Canada's numbers. Yeah. I got the boxing one now. I finished the women's skeet final. I need to get through more of these videos. I'm putting a lot of pressure on myself. So this isn't too bad. This is 2.5 hours of boxing. So we are 14 days to go until the fixture. Why is it slow? I guess the transfer window was probably open until the 4th. In all honesty, so probably the last of the moves are being completed now. There we go. 13 days to go. Oh my god, that guy's finger is so long. I don't I have big hands, so it has happened to me before. But like sometimes like when I stretch out or I'll be like, or I have a finger like this, like I like if I tuck my finger in, it doesn't look like it extends very far out from my hand. But then sometimes I'll be like, whoosh, and it's like, whoosh, and the guy was holding the bottle, and he was like, "You have to do," and the finger, like when I point with my middle finger, I can't curl my others in all the way. So like when I'm pointing like this or like this, it's not extended all the way, and he had it all the way like, and the thing was like, woo. Anyway, uh, we got more offers for Weatherstone. So accept all offers. We're gonna accept all offers and let him walk out of here if he wants to. Of course, my board is probably going to be pissed that I sell him, especially on a free transfer. They'll probably be like, why didn't you let him go on a free transfer? Whatever, bro. Whatever, bro. Whatever. So, but I hate how they do that. I let one guy go for 2.1 thousand. It was the first transfer that I made as a manager for money, and they were like, "We were really disappointed with the deal to sell him," and I'm like, "We made money." It was like, what? Sorry, like we made money. Is that not what you want? Whatever. But still, um, I actually, speaking of Premier League and bars and places in Philly, I miss going to watch the West Ham with West Ham Philly, and I know the bar that they hang out at, but it's so far. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's so like for me to go to that bar would be an 80 to 85 minute drive. Like, am I really gonna do, like, you know what I mean? Like, am I really gonna do it? Like, that's such a, like, you're asking me to get up at 8. No, you're asking me to get up at 7:30, which I do anyway, to be fair, but shower, drive 80 minutes, park, go to the bar, drink, hang out until I'm sober, drive 80 minutes home. Like, it's just too much. It's too much. You know what I mean? So there's nothing out near me. It's too remote. Yeah, I know what you mean. I'd rather stay at home and watch it. Yeah, exactly. So, but I do miss hanging out with them because they're fun. So they were a lot of fun, and some of them are older than me. They're like, I've been supporting West Ham since like '92, and I'm like, fucking how? The games weren't on over here. You know what I mean? So there's an older gentleman there who's about 10 years my senior. He's probably 15 years my senior actually. So he would be like 51 now, and he told me he used to watch it because he used to have a friend that would have international broadcasts, like international TV stations at his house, and he would go over there and he would watch West Ham in the morning on the TV. And I'm like, fucking hell, that's incredible because in the '90s, there was no way you could even like think about, like, it just wasn't even an option for regular television over here. And international TV packages up until the last 5 years, maybe they were fucking expensive. Like, when I had cable TV in Philly, when I lived in Philly, before satellite TV became a thing, I had a cable TV provider called Pop Vision. They were regional within the Philly area, right? Few states north and whatnot, but Pop Vision was like northeast, right? And they had an international package. Now, Pop Vision itself back then was like $40 a month, $50 a month, and the international package was like an additional $40, and that just gave you like BBC. It gave you whatever the main French station is. I can't remember. It gave you Univision, which is the Mexican station, which is now basically free on cable television. Like, if you have any cable television, you have Univision, because obviously the Spanish-speaking population in America is so huge now, right? Um, you actually get both. You actually get Univision and Telemundo, usually. But what do you call it? Those were the packages back then. So, and then if you wanted something even more on top of that, like say you wanted Sky Sports or whatever, that was like an extra $25-$30 a month on top of the international package that you had to buy before you could buy any add-ons. So your cable bill back in the '90s went from $40 to like $120. Now that doesn't sound like a crap ton. That's like around what you pay for cable nowadays. But I mean, this was also 30 years ago. You know, wasn't things didn't cost as much back then. So, um, yeah, it was kind of it was just so hard to watch anything internationally. It's a lot easier now, but it's there's still add-on packages. Like, the only thing I wish I could do is I have Willow TV, which is the American network for cricket, right? So if you want to watch any, basically almost any Test cricket is on Willow TV. I think the only ones that aren't are the West Indies, because I think they're specifically partnered with ESPN, so they're on ESPN Plus. Um, but uh, what do you call it? Test cricket, England matches, India matches, Sri Lanka matches, uh, fucking Pakistan matches, South Africa matches, all of that is on Willow, and it's only like $60 a year. You get the Indian Premier League with it as well. You get the Sri Lankan Premier League. You get a lot of T20 leagues. Um, based on the western side of the world. Get the Big Bash League and whatnot as well. So anyway, um, my father is the one who pays for cable, and I have Willow, and you can link them, but I'm like, because I pay for Willow and he pays for the cable, I can't link the two. He would have to pay for it, and I'm like, he is not anywhere even remotely interested in buying anything cricket related. Even if I were to offer him the money, he would be like, no. I'm like, okay. So, like, he is very American when it comes to sports. My father. He watches American football. He watches NASCAR. He actually does enjoy Formula One, believe it or not, because he just likes motor racing. I've come to realize my dad just likes motor racing. Uh, and he watches baseball. He watches. He doesn't watch basketball. He doesn't watch hockey either. Um, Ice hockey, that being. But he watches a lot of baseball. A lot of. He does watch college basketball, to be fair. But like anything even remotely non-American, he's like, "What is this?" Like he came to me when the Olympics were going on, and he's like, "How is this a sport? Handball?" And I'm like, "Handball's a great sport." I'm like, "What are you talking about? I actually enjoy handball a lot." And he's like, "How is that a sport? It's like make believe sport." And I'm like, "Oh Jesus fucking Christ!" So, but that's just the person he is. He doesn't, you know, that's a very American mindset. So, okay, Filipinos moving on to the semifinals. Cal Logic under 18 struggle as Webster impresses. Fuck, not again. We lost two in a row. Olivier Hodgson. Oh, we lost to FC Halifax Town. That's Olivier Hodgson in the 11th. Stephen Wood in the 51st. Roy Cropsby pulled one back for us in the 61st. But we lose, which means they leapfrog us by 2 points. And they have 8 to play in that league. Let's skip ahead to the next match. There's a lot of downtime between the boxing matches, I will say that. So we are 7 days to go. We should tick over to 6, actually. We'll do leagues in focus if it pops up. So, uh, which it should. East Manchester's who we got in fourth. Freckleton are bottom, and then it's AFC Blackpool reserves, and after that, Old Mancunian. So we've got fourth, 10th. AFC Blackpool reserves, I want to say, are eighth. So it's fourth, 10th, eighth, and third. Is who we've got left. Man, that's some tough games. So Weatherstone has decided to sign for Atletico uh, Bayhorse. We're gonna accept it. Uh, does he? Is he like? What is his like? You know how he's like relationship with you? Is that in here? Uh, what like what like? Is it under happiness? Happiness. How old's no real opinion? Okay, cool. Goodbye. Um, he just needs to play first team football. Like he needs to move to a place that's playing for where he can play first team football. Because it won't be here. I mean, it won't be in a community save like this. What else we got on the news feed? Nothing going here. Atletico Bay. They have signed Ben Weatherstone. If I go to Club Vision and I go to board or I go to transfer activity, nothing's on there for Ben Weatherstone. So, okay, I'm fine with that. So, I hate boxers who have this stance. I fucking can't stand boxers who have this stance. I hate boxers who keep their hands down when they're boxing. Like they look in like this, or they look in and are like as if they can't bring their hands up quickly. Like the whole point of boxing is to protect yourself. Like that's half the battle, right? So your hands should be up, blocking your face, blocking your stomach. Uh, I'm not having every motherfucker on the team dive into tackles, man. Like, come on, get with the program, will you? So, dude wants Parks, me, Jack to all start diving into tackles. Like, no, dude, not every single player on the team. Anyway, oh, the pole got a clean sweep in that first round. So she's the one that's got the stance. I can't. Oh, that's leagues in focus. Let's do leagues in focus, y'all. Right? MLS yet to start. They will be within probably about 2 weeks. And the Premier League, Man City are back up top. They also have 3 games in hand. Arsenal are second. Spurs are third now after 4 wins in a row. Forest haven't won in 4. They're down into fourth. Villa are fifth. Newcastle sixth. Man United seventh. Chelsea up to ninth with 2 straight wins. Liverpool are 10th. My beloved West Ham have not won in 5. They've slipped down to 15th. Southampton are a point above the drop over Leicester City. Wolverhampton Wanderers are 5 points adrift after 3 straight losses in 19th. Sheffield Wednesday only have 3 wins all season, and they are 14 points adrift at the foot of the Premier League. Sunderland in the Sky Bet Championship are running away with the league. They are still, even after the most recent loss, who they lose to, Blackburn. Blackburn's not even that high up there. That's a big ass win for Blackburn. But Sunderland, even after the loss to Blackburn, are still 16 points clear at the top of the championship over Norwich City. Sheffield United, Norwich City are a point above the playoff places, which include Sheffield United, Ipswich Town, Watford, Birmingham City, Coventry City, Luton Town, and Middlesbrough are a point outside looking in. Sky Bet League are at the bottom. Like we said, that win actually pulled Blackburn out of relegation. Yay, Chelsea are ninth now. Yeah, that win actually pulled Blackburn out of relegation. So it is Rotherham in 18th and Cardiff in 19th are only a point above the drop. Blackburn Rovers and Barnsley are above the drop on goal difference over the Bolton Wanderers, who have picked up 10 points from their last 12, mind you. Portsmouth are a point adrift in 23rd. Bristol City 3 points adrift in 24th. Sky Bet League 1, Derby County lead the league by 3 goals in the goal difference over Stockport County. They are 3 points above the playoff places, which include Lincoln City, Rochdale, Reading, and Exeter City. Stoke City 2 points on the outside looking in. At the bottom, Salford City still a point above the drop over Wigan Athletic. Stevenage are 22nd, 2 points adrift. Cambridge United are 8 adrift in 23rd. Shrewsbury Town are now 12 adrift in 24th. Sky Bet League 2, Carlisle United still lead the league by 4 points over the Wycombe Wanderers. Colchester United are third and a point above the playoff places, which include Mansfield Town, Notts County, Bristol Rovers, Doncaster Rovers, Bradford City on the outside looking in by a goal and a goal difference. Forest Green Rovers are a point on the outside looking in. At the bottom, AFC filed the Vanarama National promotion team still above the drop by 3 points over Fleetwood Town. Port Vale are 10 adrift at the foot of the Football League. Vanarama National, Yeovil City still lead the league by 3 points over Oldham Athletics, Southend United, Macclesfield, Solihull Moors, South Shields, and Accrington Stanley. Gillingham are a point on the outside looking in. At the bottom, Dorchester Town, the max tokens, there they are. Dorchester Town, who were in relegation, racked off a draw and 2 straight wins. So they are out of the drop. Altrincham are also 5 points above the drop. Come on, Dorchester. Yeah, they're 5 points above the drop over FC Halifax Town, Kidderminster Harriers, and Maidenhead United, who are all on 33. Morecambe are 12 points adrift at the foot of Vanarama National. Lastly, the level above us, Ulverston Rovers, still lead the league by 4 points over the Furness Cavaliers, who are 5 points clear of the non-promotion spots over Staveley United. At the bottom of that league, Ambleside United, 2 points above the drop over Ullswater United. Gosforth are 9 points adrift in 14th. They've lost 4 straight as well. Whitehaven Miners Social, now 10 points adrift at the bottom of the West Lancashire League Division 2. They played 28 games, so they are 6 games left in that league. Whitehaven Miners Social, not looking good for them. Uh, Only the champion goes up in this league. I'm begging it's us. I'm hoping it's us. I'm praying it's us. So, but we're 4 days away from the next fixture. We'll apply advice. It's going to take us about 40 minutes to get through 21 days, which isn't terrible. I mean, to most FM streamers, that's bad, but given the history of the save and how big the database was at some point, um, that's actually an improvement. Because it used to take about 40 minutes to do 2 weeks, so now we're doing about 40 minutes to do 3 weeks. That's obviously an improvement. So. All right, 3 days to go. We'll play the East Manchester game tonight, and then we will play the next game tonight as well. Uh, he's at Sheffield United. Is he at the under 18? He's at the under 21s. Oh my God! Look at his value. Fucking hell. No way I could afford that. I'm like, oh, he's on 5-star. Although Tyler Wright and Craig Moss look good. Craig Moss is 24. Actually, that's pretty good for this level. He's a free agent. Is he worth signing, chat? He plays 2 positions. He plays 3 positions for us: DC, DL, and AML. And then Craig Moss plays AML and AMR. He's not as good. Uh, Fully scout player. Let's fully scout these 2 players, shall we? We're going to do that. I actually really like this Tyler Wright. For our level, those numbers are fantastic. And you're telling me he's a free agent right now, like with 2 more years of development in him as well. A free agent with 2 more years of development, like, come on, that's easy. Anyway, we are 2 days away. In blue from Poland. Yeah. Hope she gets eliminated though. I can't stand her fight style. I can't stand it when boxers do that. Oh God. Yeah, I don't need more pressure. uh, yeah. I mean, this is. Well, who do they have? They have. Oh my God, are you serious? Are you fucking serious? Look who they have next. So they have Lythamstown, who granted their Lythamstown's form is fucking incredible. Like Lythamstown's form is literally level with our form in the last 5 games. Um, so Lythamstown are actually playing really good right now, despite a slow start to the season. But they've got Freckleton, who are bottom. Then they have Lythamstown, who are third. And then they've got Stockport Georgians reserves, who are ninth. So they have literally the bottom two and third place Lythamstown. The only reason Lythamstown are third is because Fleetwood Hesketh just beat third place, who was Old Mancunians, who have dropped 4 in a row now, and Lytham leapfrogged them. But we play East Manchester, AFC Blackpool reserves, and Freckleton. So, and then we each play an additional team. I think for us it is who is it for us? Old Mancunians. So we have the harder running. We're only top by a point. We need help, man. We need to win, but we need help from the league as well. Like I want to be 4 points clear. You know, if we can win this game and Fleetwood Hesketh fail to win versus Lythamstown, I think it'd be great because we'll be 4 clear with 3 to play. All right, we're 4-11 favorites. East Manchester 15-2. The draw is 7-2. What's that upcoming composite? No. We're about to tick into game day. So it'll be game day. Pre-match press conference. Let's kick this off with the first question from Philip Hillemeyer at the Totally Football Show. That's a fair assessment, and it's up to us to make sure we win it. Open arms. Handle anything they throw. I don't know. I think they have to in order to stand a chance. Can you talk about the rumor? I don't know. What the fuck those rumors? No, that's not got to do with it. You can make the difference. Saturday's match. They're a great team to watch, but find a way to stop them on Saturday. I can respect the opponent. We know we're capable of playing well against them. There we go. 1 day to go. Getting into the fuck, man. The pressure. We haven't had pressure like this since our opening season. West Ham drew 1-1. And there we go. We're going to move into match day, y'all. Match day. That's the autosave. Good shot. Whoa. Really good. So, let's get into it, shall we? It is match day. Got the remix of Robert Miles and Child, or is it Children, right? Anyway, classic song from the 90s. I've got to work on moving the tactics around, by the way. This is probably the under 18s. No, we're expected to win. And marquee matchup is Norcross versus AFC Blackpool Reserves, which is a relegation 6-pointer, essentially. Cookies is in. We'll play him despite the rehab. Twinkle's coming back in for Sam Wellman, who will come back in for Ben Brindley. I don't have any other injuries. I could actually probably start Wellman, and I think I'll start Wellman, and then Cookies can come in as a replacement. Um, well, let's let Cookies sit this one out. Actually, let's just let him sit it out because I think he needs to just fully recover. I don't want to risk injury, and then we need him in for the last 2 or 3 games of the season, and we risk a bad injury. So let's just have him sit. Uh, that was a good opening. Whew. Sorry, that was a good opening round between these two. Uh, French fighter and fighter from the Olympic refugee team, and it's split right down the middle. Oh, shit. That's Counterlogic FC under 18s held as Webster impresses. Um, Jordan Griffith in the second minute for Witten Albion under 18s, and then Ashley Monaghan, Monaghan, in the 16th made it 2-0 for them. Stuart Akins pulled one back in the 26th, and we were 2-1 down at the break. Jamie Graham leveled it in the 52nd before Will Jenkins put Witten Albion under 18s back in front. Aiden Wardrobe from the 65th, or from the spot in the 65th, leveled it again, but we could not find the breakthrough. And the crappy thing is, FC Halifax actually drew as well, so we had a chance to go top had we won, top on goal difference, but we failed to do so. Um, Everybody playing today. Old Mancunians got Lythamstown. Freckleton have Fleetwood Hesketh. We need help from the league. We need help from the worst team in the league. And we need to win. Let's see what we can do here. We're moving into it. They have made 5 changes to their starting lineup from the previous match. We have got to point the finger and say, uh, let's say, if you carry your last performance, we'll do it. That actually motivated quite a bit of them. But let's get into it. Many man, wish death upon me. What am I? Lovely. There we are. There's the table. Really tight. I mean, 3 teams on 18, 1 on 19, 1 on 16. Like, literally half the table is separated by 3 points. Wish death upon me. Have mercy on me. We are underway. Underway here with our second match of the night. East Manchester and Counterlogic FC. We're in our CLG Reds. East Manchester is in their royal blue. We are on the road. We'll see how we can do here. Just a kickoff highlight that's probably going to go nowhere. Yep, there it is. Here's a Konikun with a free kick. A Konikun. Oh my God, a Konikun. Oh my word. Jesus Christ, a Konikun. Look at this. Look at the curve on this shit. Woo. Keeper's got no chance. That's an absolute blast. That is special, man. Akonikun's had like 2 or 3 crackers already this season. Like, fucking hell, man. Here's Spaps. Spaps with the cross. Shima's coming back post late. Watts has got it. Heads it away. Parks has settled it. He has to take it wide. He doesn't have another option. Here comes cross. Spaps back post. No. It's Handkin that clears it. It will be a corner. Corner comes whipped in. Watts. Bringleson. Gibbons. Darnborough. Clears it. Frack will run it down. Twinkle me. Back to Twinkle. Over the top. Wasn't the right call. Oh, Snicky almost cut that out. Jeez. Jack with a good header. Phoenix has it, though, for East Manchester. Here's Watts. Okoronkwo. Right. Phoenix. The shot whizzes by the far post. I think Bringleson would have been offsides anyway. But here's Handkin. Phoenix. Back to Handkin. Over for Darnborough. Back for Phoenix. He's got space. Close him down. It's blocked. It goes out for a corner. Corner for East Manchester. They take it short. Phoenix to right. Right whips the cross in. Back post. Okoronkwo was there. It's headed away by Wellman. Gibbons comes down with it. Gibbons. Run over to the corner. Darnborough. Cross blocked. Akonikun's done well to actually get that to Spaps. Maybe we can break here. Oh my God, Spaps. What'd you do? You tripped over your own fucking feet, man. Gave the ball away. Come on, Spaps. Here's Watts. Right. Turns on it. It's a good turn. He didn't get any momentum on the ball. Right's got to go all the way back to Melvudemir. Jack wins the header. Konikun. Sticky, step up to the fucking ball, mate. Come on, mate. That was yours the whole way. Here's right. Phoenix, he's blasted that over. Goal kick. Myself. Wellman. Spaps on the right-hand side. Finds Sheamus. Parks. He's going right back to Sheamus. It's a really good run from him. Sheamus got space here. Sheamus goes for the cross. Spaps is there. Back post. Can he win the header? No. Well, he did, but it's over. It's over the bar. Oh, man. Here's Spaps. Whipped in. Harvey punches. Right clears. I've won that frack. That is a... What is that ball? Here's Phoenix now. Bringleson. Okoronkwo. That's the end of the highlight. In red from the... Here's Vertinen, Phoenix, right. Here's Phoenix. Mevlut Demir, right. Watts. Mevlut Demir, Phoenix. They're playing very... They pass very quick, but they... I feel like they're there for the taking. Like, Darnborough. Whips across in. Brought punches. Shima's come down with it. Okoronkwo has gone for that, and it's absolutely been punted over the bar. So, why do they have all the fucking highlights? This is agitating the shit out of me. Let's see here. We probably still have possession. No, they have lead of possession. How about that? Bringleson's there. That is a free kick. Bringleson's handled the ball. This should be a booking. And he didn't get booked. He handled the ball and didn't get booked. Here's me. Twinkle. For a second, I thought it was a pen that was getting called. I was like, geez. No, here's me. Jack. Move the ball, boys. Twinkle. Jack. He's got to go back to Twinkle, no? Yep. Akonikun's there for it. Sheamus on the left. Send him. Go, Sheamus. Push the line. Can go for the cutback to Parks. Parks whips it in. Wellman there. Wellman maybe no. It's headed up. It's not cleared. Spaps goes for the header instead of settling it. Harvey's got to tip it over the bar. And it will be a corner. Here's Sheamus. Whips the cross in. Center of the box. Headed away. Comes back to Sheamus. Sheamus. Jesus fucking Christ. That's such a bad pass. Bringleson. He clears it. Here's a Konikun. Oh, goes for Twinkle. The shot's blocked. Twinkle, you better run that shit down, boy. Phoenix, right. Frack and Snicky have been really quiet this game. Freckleton have taken the lead versus Fleetwood Hesketh. Luke Mitchell in the 26th. And we're leading and Fleetwood Hesketh are losing. Here's Jack. Parks. Sheamus. Come on, Sheamus. Good turn. Cuts inside of Konikun. Misses. Snicky's picked it up. Snicky. Go on, Snicky. Over. It's whipped in. Back post. It's headed away. Frack is going to run it down. Just run it, Frack. Just run it. He's cut it back for Spaps. It's going to go right back to Frack. Me. Twinkle. Found the passing lane for Spaps. Back to Twinkle. Gives it to a Konikun who loses the header. They didn't spread enough. They didn't. Oh, Darnborough's there. He's got the run too. Darnborough here. Darnborough shoots. Brott makes the save with his foot. Here's Hankin, right. Hankin whipped in the cross. Brott's going to go for it. He's got it. Brott's got it. Here's a Konikun with a free kick. It looks like he's going to... Oh, he's trying to curl that in. It's just hit the side netting. Harvey. Melvin Demir. Okoronkwo. Right. Phoenix. Cut out by Twinkle. Parks. Snicky. Good turn on the ball. Really good quick passing. Sheamus has it here. Where's the cross? Sheamus goes for it. It will deflect out for a corner. I thought maybe... the cross needed to be better in all honesty, Sheamus. But, it is what it is. Fleetwood Hesketh have turned the difference around, by the way. They now lead versus Freckleton 2-1. Here's the ball into the box. It's headed up. Twinkle heads it back in, but it's wide. That's the end of the attack. 2 minutes of added time. We're in the first. Parks. Sheamus. Good ball for Twinkle. Twinkle here whips it in. Wellman! Harvey's there. That's good ball movement, though. That's very good ball movement. That's the right idea. Halftime. It is 1-0. We lead in the XG, not by a ton. But we've had much of the possession now. Take charge of the match. Here's Snicky to get us started. Keep your head up. All right, here we go into the proper actual highlights. Oh, okay, we're going to get a highlight right here. Frack. Myself, Twinkle. Frack. Send it down the line. Yep, Spaps. Send him, send him, send him, send him. Wellman, I think he's on. Wellman is on. Too heavy a touch. Spaps is going to come up with it, though. Here comes the cross. Snicky there. Snicky can't win the header. It's headed clear. Right, boots it. Upfield. Jack runs it down. Jack looking to go over the top. Snicky, I think the flag's going up for offsides, and it will. No need for that over the top ball. Here's Sheamus with a corner. Whipped in. Snicky! It's 2. The goal bonus for the Snicky. He's going to get his 2,000 quid. And we could very well get our 3 points. Big goal from Snicky. 10th of the season for Snicky. Let's go. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Parks. That header going to nobody. Right. First sub. Joe Jones is coming in for Spaps. Darnborough's been booked. I think Jones is just on right now, or he might be coming on in a minute. Couldn't find Sheamus. Plenty of space. Sheamus still with it. The cutback pass, mate, to Twinkle. Twinkle, have a go. Twinkle! Twinkle's second of the season, and it's a quick fire double. 3-0. It's good finish from Twinkle, too. Really good finish from Twinkle. About 18 yards, that one. Good cutout. Snicky. Akonikun. That was very, very weak. And it was the right idea, but it was just weak. Here's Right. Right with it. Back to Watts. For Right. Right taking it on the right-hand side. Right cuts in for Phoenix. It's cutting out by Jack very nicely to Parks. Akonikun switches the ball. Joe Jones is there. Jones now looking to bring the ball. Snicky, center of the pitch. Could send Jones. Instead, they've held up the ball. He's offsides. Jones is off. He didn't stray back on quickly enough. So. Hankin 66 minutes is not over yet. Okoronkwo. Merton, and that is out for a corner. Fleetwood Hesketh have gone 3-1 up over Freckleton, so we are not getting help from Freckleton. Here's Hankin. Whipped in. Jet boots it clear. Nicely done. Sam Wellman might be the second replacement here. Might be Parks. I might think I might do Parks for good old Harry Norris. Parks for Harry Norris. And then the last sub will probably be Wellman for Ben Brindley. But here's Frack, free kick, edge of the box. Frack whips it in far post. Joe Jones is there. And the man who can head the ball like no one else on this team has got his 3rd of the season. Joe Jones. The substitute makes it 4. There it is, 4-0. It is going to be 3 points. We're staying top. Okoronkwo, Vertanen, Okoronkwo, Watts. The cross comes in. Brott has it. Wellman is coming off for Ben Brindley. He's done so well. Ben Brindley will come and get some minutes. Headed away, but Twinkle wins the secondary one. Koniku's got it. Konikun going for Sheamus out on the left-hand side. Did he stay on side is the question. Looks like the answer is yes. Sheamus, myself. What a terrible touch. Vertanen cuts it out. Bringleson, Darnborough, did he stay on? Hands are going up. Did he stay on? Offsides is the call. He was well off. Okoronkwo, Ellison, Hankin. Franks cut that out. Myself, Twinkle, Jack. Norris. Over the top, nobody there. Melvutamir. Watts. Lujan. Phoenix on the right-hand side for East Manchester. They're trying to get something out of this game. Twinkle. Even if it's just a consolation goal. To myself, that is a terrible touch, and Lujan's put that straight into the box. Darnborough's put that straight on the frame of the goal, and Brott has put that straight into his hands. 4-0. And we just got to, I mean, what the hell was that? That was like rifled. Lujan's going to take the corner. It might be a short one here. Have to be careful. But East Manchester need to get something. They're not going to get points, that's for sure. Bringleson. Melvutamir, that's gone over everybody. Darnborough will come down with it. Over to Vertanen. Ellison. Okoronkwo. Ellison. Darnborough. Just can't seem to move the ball forward. Hankin back to Darnborough. Ellison. Hankin. Ellison again. Hankin again. Ellison again. Jesus Christ, guys. Over to Melvutamir. That's the end of the highlight. Why did we have to have all that at the end of the corner highlight? Anyway, we've made our 3 subs. Frack, we have no more subs remaining. Twinkle's got this here. Jones. Here's Harvey. Twinkle. Just good ball over the top. Sheamus going to run that down. Come on, Sheamus. Cut back for Twinkle. Twinkle's got Konikun in space. Whipped across. Joe Jones again with the header, but Harvey's there. He was just a little too far out. He's already got 1 goal for his head. He was just a little too far out that time. Here's Lujan for East Manchester. Time is basically over. There's 20 seconds left. Watts. They're just trying to get a goal, something out of this. Header, headed up, not away. Now it is headed away. Offsides anyway on Darnborough. That will do it. It'll be a clean sheet. It'll be 4-0. Blow the whistle, ref. Blow the whistle. There it is. 4-0. Konikun in the 4th. Snicky in the 49th. Twinkle in the 62nd. Joe Jones in the 75th. We are 4-0 winners. Outstretched arms. That's as good as winning as you'll likely to see. Everyone's delighted, except for the 2 that didn't play. Did we get help? Now, Fleetwood Hesketh, we're 3-1 up, mind you. But it's a big question if we got help or not. Sweet, sweet victory, yeah. No, we almost did. We almost did, but we didn't quite. Freckleton, Fleetwood, Hesketh, Mitchell in the 26 put Freckleton ahead, but Jackson in the 36 leveled it for them, and he scored again 2 minutes later to put Fleetwood Hesketh up. Francis added a third for Fleetwood Hesketh from the spot in the 64th before Mitchell grabbed his brace in the 83rd, but Freckleton could not find a goal to level things. So Fleetwood Hesketh also got 3 points, and we remain just a point at the top. Lythamstown are continuing to impress. Remember, this is a team that had, I think, no wins in their opening 9 games. And they had no wins in their opening 8 games, and they've come out with 6 in their last 7 or something like that, including this one. Williams in the 13th minute put Lythamstown up, and then Needham for Old Mancunians leveled it before Upritchard put the visitors ahead. Ben Smith in the 28th leveled it for Lythamstown. Enzi Yamana was sent off in the 56th minute, and Nelly from the spot in the 69th put Lythamstown 3-2 ahead. They would win. They would supplant themselves firmly in third. Norcross AFC Blackpool Reserves actually played out a 0-0 draw, so Norcross started the season hot. They were in 5th for much of the season. They have since slipped down into the relegation zone by a point, but still there for them. Stockport Georgians Reserves with a win. Weah in the 14th before Yates in the 55th. Weah in the 14th for Stockport Georgians Reserves before Yates in the 55th leveled it for Shevington. Weah again in the 68th put them ahead, but Yates again a minute later in the 69th leveled it for Shevington at 2-2. Lancashire in added time at the end of the second half grabbed the winner for Stockport Georgians Reserves. They climb out of relegation with that. But here's the crazy thing if you look at this table, and I'm sure you've all seen it already. 4th through 9th is separated by 2 points. Literally, half of the league is relegation threatened. Now that is fucking nuts. That's actually crazy. So the win for Lythamstown basically saved them. They basically fought off relegation with that win. But the entire rest of the league is at risk of relegation, which is just crazy to think of. That's just absolutely crazy. Freckleton are pretty much down. In fact, if we beat them, I'm pretty sure we send them down. So, let's go with the post-match press conference. Let's kick this off with a question from Philip Hillemeyer at the Totally Football Show. Good result for your side out there. They mean nothing. No look at the day off after the match. Absolutely superb. The sky is the limit. Do you fear complacency becoming an issue? Not to me. Everyone's focused squarely at the task at hand. How important was the Coney Controlli goal? For me, it was hugely significant. Shima's had a great game. What did you make of it? It was the kind of display that we expect. Frack has become CLG's all-time league leader, or all-time leader in league appearances. He's an important player for us. Has been a rate which you scored headed goals. It's been very important. I always enjoy the opportunity to talk to him. Among supporters, I certainly intend to give opportunities. What's your reaction to Harry Fox being sacked? Harry Fox has been sacked by Freckleton. We know managers don't get the time they deserve, and this was another harsh example of the business we're in. So, twinkle on form as we score easy victory. 13 in a row unbeaten. Greg Jackson was the player of the week. That's a save. That's the end of episode 131 for those on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. The match versus Freckleton, who are fighting to stay alive. They will go down if they lose the next match. That's in the next episode. Until then, take care.